Why is Howard Stern, legitimately, that's just the question. I didn't misspeak. Okay, just why? At this point, why? You have hundreds of millions of dollars. You were one of the most popular people in all of the world in the late 90s, and then you just became an old Jewish grandmother who just wanted to wag your finger at, Trump and anybody like him. And it's so weird. The cognitive dissonance when it comes to modern day Stern. Like, I never really liked him like that. Like, okay, you guys know if you've been watching the channel for any period of time, I'm much more of an O&A guy, and they had their big beef, or maybe it was legit, maybe it was a shoot in order to raise everybody's, ratings. That was the style at the time, but yeah, I was an O&A guy. Stern was his own thing. I've listened to some episodes, and he was always the least interesting person on the show, but he has a knack for bringing people together and creating a show around him with his name on the marquee, which is one way that you can successfully run a show, okay? But nowadays, whenever you hear him, he's just cooped up in his basement saying, Robin, I hear that Joe Rogan doesn't like the vaccine. Boo! But he likes that horse paste. Can you believe it, Robin? He's fucking crazy, Rob. Boo! Oh, Howard! Ugh, God, just fucking atrocious in today's day and age. Yes, bring on some more people from the fucking View. Success was the worst thing to ever happen to Howard Stern. But now, this... I don't want to say this one takes the cake, but this take that he has right here, it's top tier stupid modern day Howard. Okay, so Stern is dumbfounded over Kid Rock and Travis Tritt Bud Light protest. Yeah, this kind of circles back to one of the main talking points that I've had on the channel for a while. Okay, so he's dumbfounded, and check out his rationale on this. Howard Stern bashed singers Kid Rock and Travis Tritt in response to their outrage over transgender TikTok star Dylan Mulvaney's partnership. Copy editor, New York Post, you guys need one, with Bud Light, saying he doesn't understand why either cares so much. That's interesting. That is very why, wow, Robin, why do people care about this Dylan Mulvaney character so much? I've had trans people on my show for years at this point. Nobody cared before, Robin. I don't get it. Stern expressed the shock over the backlash the influencer was receiving and questioned if there was something he was missing. Very much so. Common sense and just any lack of self-awareness. Why should I care what anybody else does? I don't care. Clearly you care. Put yourself in your own shoes for a second. Whenever Trump comes up, okay, especially since he's been out of office, or Joe Rogan specifically, mostly because you see him coming up on the horizon, and podcasting, which you shit on for years, is starting to, it's completely usurped to Sirius XM. Okay, good, yeah, go give more contracts to a bunch of other washed up people from other, being successful in other vocations. That's a really winning strategy. But before I opine on anything else, okay, here's his rationale, which I was like, wow, he really is out of touch with the modern person, because yeah, all of the unions in New York, okay, all of the working class people liked Howard Stern in the late 90s. Fuck, I've watched Private Parts a half dozen times. Like, I don't like the show like that, but the movie is fucking hilarious, okay? And yeah, who were the people that turned out to the book signings, to the movie premieres? Working class guys. And now, I don't get why so many of those plebs that are out there are just so pissed that a dude in drag is marketing their chosen beer. I don't get it, Robin. I don't care who markets my wine. I don't see these type of people in the Hamptons, Robin, when I take my helicopter, the Howie-copter from downtown. I don't get it. I thought there must be a piece of the story that I'm missing. I'm not bothered by gay people or transsexual people. Is that the proper term? It's not, but alright, I don't care. I'm 9 years old. They don't impact my life. They don't hurt my life. The people are, I love when people are in love. I wanna be a woman, be a woman. If you wanna be a dude, be a dude. Be whatever the fuck you want. You could be Allison. I love Allison. Oh, what's the name of my wife? Beth. I guess I kind of loved Allison. As long as you ain't hurting anybody, I'm on your team. Okay, cool. I'm a Trump supporter, and I'm not hurting anybody. I doubt you're going to be supporting me in any of my future endeavors. Just saying. Mulvaney, a popular TikTok influencer. It's so nice. Every time that I read these articles from any of these outlets, they always have to reinforce that, yeah, Dylan Mulvaney is a super, super popular TikTok influencer. I'm always I'm universally surprised whenever I see somebody, just pop off on YouTube or something like that. Something gets recommended to me from there, or just some, mediocre thought on Instagram. You have how many million followers? You're fucking serious, okay? Or just some errant, midwit account on Twitter. You have how many hundreds of thousands? It's like, I don't get how these people get popular on these platforms with just banal takes and a absolute lack of talent. Like, I understand Howard Stern. He was popular, okay? He popularized the shock jock genre at the perfect time in the late 90s when there was a societal angst in the air. I get it. I totally understand it. But his disconnect with the average person, the person who used to turn into the Howard Stern show, and the elites that are making the decision, that goes to show you that he was never really about it at all. Mulvaney, the popular TikToker with over 10 million followers. Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay. Sparking outrage from conservatives and just regular beer drinking individuals. Okay, like, it's just not, it's just the conservatives. It's just it's those stupid chuds just raising all of this fervor. We don't understand. In practice to her brand deal, Kid Rock. Oh, in response to her brand deal, where the fuck did I get practiced? Oh, it's the word underneath. Sorry, dyslexia, I guess. Kid Rock shared a video of himself, blowing up a 24-pack or something, like 36-pack. I don't know, man. He's spent a lot of money, or at least he had a lot of Bud Light products, but it could have been fun. And again, I've heard this theorized that maybe he had firecrackers underneath of it, but if he set up that entire stunt in order to just do that, shout out to him. It was a funny fucking video, okay? They're shooting some Bud Light cans. Yo, it's great. Stern on Monday said he wanted to speak with both Kid Rock and Travis Tritt about their response, noting I'm coming from a place of, why do you care? I don't care. Oh my God, he's built an entire career on, I don't care what my critics have to say about it, but at the same time, you need to suspend Opie and Anthony for making fun of me and my daughter and a stupid topless her topless play that she had. It was so bad. I can't stand it. I wish I could call Kid Rock and have him come up to the show and just tell me, why are you upset about this? Who is this hurtful? I don't know why you get so upset. Radio host later noted that he didn't get why the beer company's marketing strategies would bother the singer so much for him to take his guns and aim at beer cans. Oh my God. Again, it's just the disconnect, bro. Okay. If Dylan was marketing tranny related products, not like Pennzoil for, all that shit, but something marketed towards her fans demographic and not major brands. Okay. Not female centric brands. And I know, jokes aside, but still, genuinely masculine endeavors like alcohol, nobody would care. They might just laugh and go, oh, that's kind of ridiculous. Okay, what kind of talent does this dude have? Oh, has the ability to crochet a dress. And it's like, okay, wonderful. You go do you, I guess. Fantastic. Trantastic, right? But somebody who's been in the game this long, okay, should have, and he does. He's just being selectively dim on this because he's been around. He's seen these patterns. I'm talking about Stern for a second. He's seen these patterns. He's seen these trends. He just doesn't want to reconcile that there's alternative viewpoints on contentious topics that are out there. And the same guy who said, I don't understand anybody, how they could vote for Trump. He said, grab them by the pussy, says the motherfucker who had, porn stars, average chicks come up to the studio and sit on a Sibian for like 10 plus years, bro. Come on. This dude who doesn't understand, why is there so much outrage? I just have the whack pack with a crackhead and a 60 IQ black midget. Why is anybody so mad? I don't take him in good faith when he comes and he approaches topics like this in such a manner. I don't think he's being honest. Kid Rock, I know him. He's got a great life. He transitioned from some kid in Michigan to a rock superstar. I'm really dumbfounded why someone would care so much when they would blow up a can of Bud Light and say, fuck Anheuser-Busch. I don't get it. And that's, again, just the disconnect that just shows you that Stern had always been an elitist. And when he had the opportunity to finally jettison himself away from the moniker of being the man of the people, That's the difference between him and Kid Rock. Like, take a look. He perfectly described this, okay? He's got a great life. He transitioned from some kid in Michigan to a rock superstar. But he is still in touch with the people that got him there to begin with. The reason that Howard can't connect the two is because he always seen himself above the people that he was entertaining. He was the star. He was the guy. Everybody else that was there, those were just rungs to climb on the ladder. And Kid Rock knows his base. He understands who he plays to, and he's congruent with his actions. Another disconnect for Howard. But it doesn't actually end there, okay? I also seen him talk about this as well, and I've been wanting to talk about this for a minute because, yeah, this story's not exactly recent, but it staples on nicely. Howard Stern urges Jon Stewart. Again, he's so fucking out of touch. Like, Jon Stewart has not been relevant since he left The Daily Show and then did nothing and then had that shit podcast or Apple TV Plus show that nobody fucking cares about until he says something so abjectly stupid like, why do white people matter? But no, he'd be a great uniter for the Democrat Party. Are you having a laugh? Again, he's so fucking out of touch, okay? He urges Jon Stewart to run for president, owes it to his country. Jon Stewart intrinsically hates this country. I've never thought he was funny. He is talented, okay? But he is not that great uniter. He already has all of that baggage attached to him. He's the reason. He is the reason that media, and news media in specific, is in the state that it is right now. He started out blurring the lines between mocking the old stodgy news coverage that was out there, and then eventually transitioned into being the place where people go to watch and consume news, and then just overnight infused all of his political slants into it, and that's why everybody, at least in part, is a default Democrat, at least in the modern day. I know that the roots run deeper than that, but just a little bit of this. Radio host Howard Stern called Monday for this is, you could see that this was on the 20th of March. It's been a minute, okay? Howard works like 3 days a week, 25 weeks a year, so makes one stupid statement a month now, apparently. Jon Stewart for president, he owes it to his country. Stern said he came to the conclusion after watching a ton of old videos. He's not the same guy he used to be, okay? Including his debates with former Fox News anchor Bill O'Reilly. Oof. The shock jock likened Stewart's career arc to that of Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. Fan-fucking-tastic. And again, cognitive dissonance. Vladimir Zelensky is a fucking comedian, and what did you do? You lampooned Trump, disregarding all of his business acumen, and just said, he's a reality TV host, Robin. Hillary Clinton is one of the most accomplished people to ever run for that office. It's fitted for her already. Trump is just a buffoon. So he was a well-known comedian before entering politics, yeah, and he's the world's clown right now, so it fits. When Stewart hosted The Daily Show, they said that he was the most trusted newsman in the country. That's a big problem, like Walter Cronkite, trustworthy, who was also a fucking commie. Stern said during his XM radio show, Sirius XM, right, yes, because Sirius ended up winning that radio war, which... the guy is so fucking smart and bright and witty and really measured when he takes on a debate. I'll take your word for it, but witty and bright. He had writers, though. Just saying. He knows how to talk. True, he does know how to talk. He just doesn't have any rationale behind his words. He's very charismatic, though. He would know how to work his ass off and be a good president. Why? He went dark for the better part of a decade before turning up and doing a podcast and then getting an easy gig with Apple. Hard work, it's not exactly the first thing that comes to mind. I'm telling you, he could also win because people like Jon Stewart. Again, it just goes to show that sometimes you just need to touch grass. People liked Jon Stewart. Now they just look at him and it's like, oh yeah, he used to host The Daily Show. Who's hosting it? Is it still on the air? What are you doing now? You an actor? People liked Jon Stewart. And now, going back over this stuff, removing the nostalgia glasses for a second, they kind of see him for the partisan hack that he is. But hey man, if you want to run, go for it. It's your funeral. We know that Howie's got enough money to bankroll it, but You got two of God's chosen people right there. You think they're going to be able to pinch a penny between the two of them? Oy vey. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.